Okay, the button. She is press.
Oh.
The live. We are going it. We are going it.
We are going at.
Copy video URL. Send video to where in the hell did I put my? I knew I had forgotten something. Where is Discord on this computer?
Oh no.
Okay, there it is. We're just gonna put this over here. There we go. Here's the stream link for you.
Yo, in the future, if you can't find it, you can just fax it to me.
Amabel, it would be faster for me to write it down on a piece of paper and just take it into the basement.
Okay.
Everybody's playing Marvel Rivals. Should we just play Marvel Rivals?
I don't know what that is.
You wanna be the Groot to my Rocket Raccoon?
I don't.
What?
I don't think so. I'm not a. Groot's fine. Groot's aggressively fine.
Wow. Aggressively. What did he do to you?
I just don't like trees. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Yeah, and you took the one I said you were going to take.
You don't know what you don't know me.
No, but I know you're going to let me get it. 5, and 2 eyeballs. So I'm stuck with a 2, and then a pass. So I don't get to make decisions this turn.
I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to take the 2.
No, I do.
You really don't. Like I said last time, I'm pretty sure I owe my victory last game to electing to pass in such a situation. Okay. All right. Everything's good. The stream is live. Admin duties completed. I only have 2.
So you have to
eyeballs.
pass.
I am advancing. Yes.
Okay. Advance. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna grab. I need income. So I'm gonna grab the one with the 3 eyeballs.
Sure.
You know, taking all my current eyeballs plus 6 doodads.
This isn't too bad of a situation actually. Getting to take these 2 pieces and then immediately get a an income is kind of nice.
Hey, Lazuli.
Howdy, y'all. Here, stack it all up like this. I think that's pretty okay, right?
I don't know.
Jumped me forward an awfully large distance, but howdy.
Oh, do I do the 2-5
Hey, y'all,
for
welcome.
an eyeball?
Welcome into the
Or do I
pre-stream.
3-1 in the pass. My income is.
We're gonna play
Alright,
a game today that I think Amabel will think is neat. That's the plan.
All right. Oh, actually, hang on. Can I?
How you doing?
Yeah, I can horizontally flip this, and then. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's a pretty solid shape you're building.
Yeah.
We should play Go.
Oh, I'm so bad at Go. Yeah, that'd be fun. You know, Go is like the second best like classical abstract game.
Okay, this is gonna start. This is gonna start some fights. What's the best?
Backgammon.
Okay, all right.
I know you're not a backgammon fan.
This is your Mario is missing thing all over again.
No, I've played a lot of backgammon.
You played a lot of Mario is missing too.
I have multiple times watched the World Championship of Backgammon. It is so exciting. Like, legitimately. And, like, there is so much... Okay, that goes up by 2. Okay,
Amabel, it is the year of our Lord. It is very nearly the year of our Lord, 2025. I think by now we can dispense with the bullshit and just play front gammon. Don't you? Don't you think it's time?
Yeah.
Do you think we've earned it?
Okay, I must advance. Actually, where does the word backgammon come from?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
I know it's a table game.
Yeah,
you said
Lazuli, I also don't actually know how to play it. Don't worry. Don't feel left out.
Don't know how to play what?
Nothing. It's your turn.
Oh, okay.
I am assiduously saying anything that will lead to you talking about backgammon more. Sorry.
That's so loving. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I do love you. I just
Yeah.
don't love backgammon.
Well, I mean, and this gives me
Hey
another. Yeah,
there.
gives me another turn. All right, so I can. All right. What am I doing with this move?
Hey, I meant to ask you privately, like a grown-up on Discord, something, and I forgot. So now I'm just gonna do it publicly where everybody can hear it. Is it Celine now? I kind of want to slow things down. I don't really want to let you get every patch, but I guess I also don't really need the patches. Like, I'm building a pretty solid shape. You're ahead of me on coverage to a degree that I'm not like super jazzed about. I mean, that'll get me the patch, but again, I'm not like I'm in a position where I don't actually need it. I wonder. You know what? I'm just gonna take the big piece. Screw it.
According to my good friend Dr. Wikipedia,
Must you?
the earliest mention of backgammon is baggammon from 1635. It's
Okay.
most likely derived from back and gammon. In the the word back and then gammon means game or play.
Yeah.
Because it comes from the table game family of games, it was called tables for a long time, but then people started saying tables as a like play at tables to play cards. So that's when the name backgammon became more a thing. All right, I can't get that one, but I could get either of these. Hang on,
Listen, Amabel knows.
Oh, I have
everything.
some room. Yeah, okay.
Amabel knows an awful lot about an awful lot of games.
It's kind of my job to a degree.
Yeah, I did sort of zoom forward there, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's a shame. I really would have liked a lot of these pieces.
Let's fill up some spaces here.
That's right. Famously, that is this channel. All backgammon all the time.
You know what?
Can't stop, won't stop. Parentheses, talking about backgammon.
All right. I mean, that's not okay. This is.
Oh, Cat wants some Godzilla facts. Amabel, do you know? Can you combine your two loves here? Is there any way to combine Godzilla and backgammon? Do you know any facts that are about both of them?
Gosh, let me take my turn. Let me finish taking my turn, and then I will.
Hey, who's stopping you?
Astound you with be nice to me.
I'm sorry. I don't know how.
I know. We're trying to work on that. All right, that's gonna give me. All right. 1, 2. Okay. Let's grab that one. I had quite a few turns there.
Must you? Is that really okay? You monster.
What?
That's not the one I wanted you to take, is what?
Okay.
All right. Well, this is unfortunate. So. Yeah, there's not really a good way for this to work out, is there? Well, okay. If I go this and then that, I maintain. Yeah, no, this can work. So I'm going to take the small piece here, move forward one space. Then I'm going to take this long piece here to move forward one space again. And the question is, where does this go? Like, where am I actually building my 7x7? Because this is... You're not super close to yours. This is 8 wide here. So, like, if it's the middle 7... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, this is 7 wide. So it could just be the top 7 rows, in which case this goes like here? Or maybe here for the sake of overall coverage. But, you know, obviously, like, this is something I'm a little nervous about. I'm gonna try it. So that only moves me forward one more space, maintaining my turn.
Okay.
And then I
Good
can take the patch if I take this thing. And I do like this piece, but I'm a little worried about what it does to my overall shape, right? Like, if we put it here and then we put the patch there, this is scary. But it's not unsolvable. I'm gonna go for it. Maybe this is like deeply foolish. We'll take that patch, we'll tuck it into this corner here. There are a number of pieces that can still fit in that space.
One. And then...
I think Godzilla likes werewolf style games, social deduction stuff. Godzilla's favorite board game is the Battlestar Galactica game.
And that should give me the 7x7.
Ah, you monster.
And it's still my turn, but I have to
And
advance.
it's still your turn. You have so many spaces covered. I'm actually like very worried about this.
So I know a backgammon Godzilla fun fact.
Okay, hit us.
Okay. If Godzilla rolls doubles, he gets 4 moves, just like in backgammon.
What? Like in life, if Godzilla rolls 4 doubles in life? What do you mean?
Yes. I mean, it's not a real. It's a dumb joke. I made a dumb joke. You know, like I
yeah,
do.
okay.
The only kind of
agree
jokes
with
I make.
I agree with some
You
of the
know-
words you're saying now. Yeah.
You know the vibe by now.
All right. I'm pretty sure you've won. I'm gonna end the game with a lot more eyeballs than you are, but I don't know that it's gonna make up the difference between the 7x7 thing and your overall superior coverage.
I'm doing really well this game, and I really felt I was in a really tricky position at the start with the first couple moves.
Well, you know, okay, hold on. My goose is not yet cooked, but let's see here.
No,
Because I can close up if I'm careful about how I spend my remaining distance. I can definitely close some stuff up here while continuing to gain a fair amount of income.
eyeball income. Yeah.
Yeah. This might be just like if I have a chance for winning this one, it is on just like raw strength of math. Okay, we'll just tuck that in here over by the other patch.
Okay. All right. I mean, I kind of gotta take that, right?
I mean, you don't have to do anything.
Then. Yeah, okay.
I'm down to 11 uncovered. I'm going to get 20 more eyeballs when I pass the final space here. All right, last play.
Yeah. I think you've won this one, sweetheart. But I think it was close.
Okay, is this point positive? It costs me 9 eyeballs. But yeah, it covers 5 spaces. Each uncovered space is -2, right?
I don't know. You're the one who taught me the games. I don't remember.
I think it is. So I think that piece is a little bit point positive.
Yep. Okay. What was the?
Yeah, pretty close.
7-point win. Good job, sweetheart.
Just raw economy.
Yeah.
It is important to manage the amount that you're taking, like low cost pieces with high time values on them, because you can hurl yourself down the board really, really fast if you're not careful. That's a great big pile of eyeballs.
Yeah.
Just had a handful of 29 eyeballs at the end, because that's the kind of thing we do here on this stream. Hey, guess what? The pre-stream music has been this. It's the beats. They're so chilled. They're so relaxed.
Wow.
They're so lo-fi. This video is calling me lazy. It says lazy right there. I get it. I don't think that's wrong.
Okay.
I'm just going back to the same well over and over again, and I'm being called out, and I think that's fair. Back to the gas cave. So today's thing, the pre-stream's over. Welcome to the stream. The now stream, the present stream. Amabel, what are we doing today?
You're making me play a game.
I'm making you play a game. That's correct.
To show people how bad I am at games and to embarrass them.
And to humiliate you. Yeah.
Okay. I need a parsec into your doodad, though.
That's exactly how I would put it. Just really try to get your hands around that doodad. Hold on. Where is my parsec? There it is. Okay.
I've never really been able to get my hand fully around, but
I mean, it's a two-hander. Anyway, how's that? Is that coming through for everybody? That should be coming through for everybody.
Yeah, I can see and hear it, and
yep. And I'm asking you not to touch anything yet.
Okay.
Sorry, I have so many windows.
All right.
So many windows open. So this goes over here, then this comes up there, and then this is that, and then okay. You should be in the driver's seat. This is Signs of the Sojourner. I have played this game on the channel a couple of times. I played runs of this game. There is a fair amount of text. Do you want to do reading? Do you want to just leave it for people to read it, and so that we can? Here's my thing. I want to have a conversation about games with you, and I'm worried that if we are reading all the text out loud, that may hinder.
All right. So yeah, that's fine. All right. So hey.
So this is a game about dialogue, basically.
All right.
In the full English language sense of that term. You have these cards. You have conversations. Most of the game is having conversations with people, and the system is very straightforward. Yeah, you just play a card, and you're trying to match the symbol that their last card left you with. Oh, look at that. An accord has been reached.
Okay.
Completing a sequence with no fuck-up gets you a white square. If you mismatch, you get a black square. And the conversation ends when one of the colors of squares runs out.
Okay.
And reaching different endings with different people will there will be different amounts of squares sometimes. People who are inclined to dislike you, maybe a single screw up ends the interaction,
Okay.
But the thing I really like about this is that, a thing I really like about this system is that you are not like actually present for all of the words that get said necessarily. It's just like a conversation happens and you play the cards and you are to understand that words are being said through that process.
Yeah, and I don't actually have a way to. So I'm just gonna play a card, even though it's not gonna.
Yep, and ain't that sometimes the way?
Yeah.
As you and Elias can't see eye to eye on this. The fight could only have ended how it did.
All right.
Let's see, with your mom
Mom
here
is
mediate.
very understanding. Yeah.
Well, your mom is here mediating the conversation, right? Okay, so when you and the other person connect 4 symbols in a row, 4 of the same symbol in a row, you get like this little accord blocker, which prevents the next time that you would black square.
Okay.
And you can already like the vibe of the game, I think, is
Yeah.
very strong immediately, right?
Yeah. Yeah. This is.
It's very sweet. I'm already tearing up a little bit, if I'm honest.
Oh, my poor sweetheart.
This is a little fast.
Was a little fast.
The tearing up. I'm emotional, but
Oh,
that's a little ridiculous.
sweetheart. That's not really fast for you.
Oh. Nope, nah, we never really get a super clear look at the main character. But yeah, I don't know if they are cat-like. I always assumed it was an article of clothing. It's like a hood with cat ears on it. Because you can see, like, if you look at the main character here, it's either like part of the hairstyle or it's a garment, right? And I like the way it feels when like you play a double and then they play another double. I know it's just a computer. I know it's just an algorithm doing a thing, but it feels like someone reaching out to take your hand a little bit, right? Like,
yeah. That's a really, I talk a lot in my when I talk about my work, and I talk and in my videos and my book about how mechanisms are metaphors.
yeah.
And this is a really good mechanical metaphor for this kind of thing, this kind of flow of conversation, and you get stuff like you just mentioned from that, from the mechanics giving you that feeling, and I dig that.
Yeah, no. A huge part of the reason I wanted to do this is I thought you would absolutely be in love with this game.
Yeah.
So this is what Elias is talking about here. Is the sort of the core of the game is you're going to be going out on these caravan trips and meeting lots of people in the world, and that's going to sort of challenge your ways and the way the conversation system represents that, and what it does with it. I think is really interesting.
Okay. You can change your mind. Okay. Do I get to see my deck at all?
If you can you click on that number? He played an Accommodate. So Accommodate is a blank card that just copies the symbols of the card right before it. So you can see any special card has like a red symbol in the top part.
Yeah, so I'm clicking on it and nothing's happening, so.
What about the button in the bottom left of the screen, the circular one?
This one?
Yeah.
Cards, okay.
Okay, so this is what is currently in your deck.
Okay. Pretty straightforward so far. I do have socks.
Elias is super charming. All right, the store needs 3 new products. So after you have a conversation with somebody, you alter your deck by picking up one of the cards that they played, and you lose. Your deck never changes from being 10 cards. So you always have to pick up something and lose something.
Okay.
And you can't not do it. Your interactions with people change you unavoidably, irrevocably. Like, yeah, okay, no, yeah, I can just read the dialogue. That's actually fine. It sounds like Amabel's having to sort of pause the conversation to read it herself anyway. So yeah. I don't think we're actually saving any time. So yeah, this is the home. This is Bartow, quiet enough to hear the grasshoppers rub their wings together at dawn and the crickets at dusk. You know the name, nickname, and favorite color of every person in town. It's past time to leave for a spell. So let's go have a chat with Nadine. Nadine is a person who's all triangles and circles, which is, that's, how to deal with a person like that.
I know triangles and circles, yeah.
Almost a dozen vehicles sputter down Bartow's dirt roads. Their engines once signaled Mom's imminent departure, as well as her return. Nadine, sitting on the running board of her truck cab, gestures for your attention. I trust you have sufficient provisions for the route. Our first stop will be Pachenko, the artist colony. Nadine mentioned a place from Mom's stories. Look, be alert. Reptiles cross Thunder Lizard Road to their heart's content. You don't want guts on your windshield. So we find out about routes. We find out about routes by talking to people who know the routes. We don't just strike out on our own.
Okay. All right. Well, let's.
I really like the way that when you start a conversation with somebody, you can look at white squares versus black squares and get an idea how much is this person inclined to cut me slack? What is my relationship with them like?
Yeah.
My condolences for your loss. Your mom and I had our differences, but I respected her all the same. Before the caravan heads out, we need to talk. Unless you turn this store around and keep it well stocked, the caravan will have to drop Bartow from the route.
Okay.
So these opening conversations are obviously they're very mechanically they're very easy.
Yeah.
And without the store in good shape, it doesn't make sense for the caravan to stop here. It's an awful waste of resources. I probably don't have to spell it out that this would be bad for Bartow. I know y'all depend on the traffic. It's not my choice, not entirely. I mean, I make the final call, but I'm beholden to the caravan members and their needs. Believe it or not, Bartow would be dropped already if I didn't know your mom a favor. I argued on your behalf.
All right.
So she wants this to keep working. We gotta give her the foothold.
Yeah.
So see, you extend the accord and it pushes the shield forward. It might not sound like a kid, but I'm in your corner. My hands are tied with this. I want to see you succeed. Nothing about this situation is good, but Nadine probably isn't to blame. You thank her for the info. So you got to think about, like, what are you trying to...
Yeah.
What are you trying to be ready for? I guess is a way to think about it.
Well, right now I'm just working with circles and triangles.
Yeah.
And I have a lot that lead with circles, only one that leads with triangles. I'm going to take an additional triangle leading card just for,
Yep, makes
for
sense.
my bases. And I guess I'll drop one of the double O's.
All right, I think it's time to move on. So, we have a certain amount of time here.
Mm-hmm.
Nadine mentioned Pachenko and told us about the road from here to there.
Mm-hmm.
If you close the calendar here. We don't have for now we don't have any choice but to go to Pachenko.
Okay.
Mom's oldest friend Isabella lives here.
Ran first stop on the roof.
The twisty canyon roads leading to Pachenko would send a green traveler in circles. A rundown vehicle has trouble with the last slope up to the plateau, but Nadine leaves no one behind. So you can click on anybody whose portrait is colored in is someone you can converse with right now. This is Isabella, an old friend of Mom's. She makes candy. Isabella keeps the door to her shop propped open, flooding Pachenko with the sweet scent of fresh licorice, caramels, and other sugary confections. Irresistible advertising.
All right, let's see what she has to.
Oh, you're so far from home. When I saw you come in for just a moment, I'd have sworn you were her. The very image. I wish I could have stayed around longer after her funeral. I can't get much time away from the shop, you know.
All right, another pretty standard.
So we have very short lines in this conversation. And notice it's only going to take us 2 white squares to get where we're going. Because again, this is a person who is like basically already on our side, right?
Yeah.
It was beautiful, her funeral. You did so well. Scattering her ashes as the sun rose over the houses. Not a dry eye left in town that day. She chose Bartow. I knew her longer than anyone, and there's no place she'd rather rest.
Well, okay. Well, I got one of those.
New symbol. A clarify. So you can play a clarify at the end like normal, but you can also slide it into an earlier part of the conversation like that.
Okay. That's okay. I see what this is doing.
Do you love licorice the way she did? I always saw her chewing on a rope like it was a stalk of wheat. Go on, have some. Take some for the store, too. Your store. You were never close with Isabella, but she always seemed kind to Mom. This could be a chance to become better friends and sample some tasty candy. And also the store. The store needs the stuff, so.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna grab that clarify and Alright, so I have 2 triangle circles and I have 3 circle triangles and I have 4 just circles and I'll get rid of the circle triangle. Might not be the
Yeah? Okay.
Alright, let's talk to Nadine.
Nadine contemplates a cast bronze sculpture of a frill-necked lizard, whose head has been replaced with a man's vacant features. She rubs her chin for a while, chewing on some thoughts. You handled those steep hills and inclines well. The caravan's next stop will be Clifton, the market town. The road we take is prone to landslides, so ride close. If I can't see your truck, I can't protect you. Obviously, this first trip is like very easy intentionally.
Yeah.
You know, your mom, she had a lot of history here in Pacheco. Many friends, I believe. She always loved that licorice. You admire the sculpture with Nadine in companionable silence for a moment, imagining how Mom must have found herself in an identical situation many, many times over the years.
Okay.
So, I'm not going to try to, I don't want to tell you what to do. But you do have 5 double circles and an accommodate.
I have 5 double circles? I thought oh, right. Okay. All right. Well, let me...
It is just an awful lot of the same card, which is not necessarily invalid. You know,
No.
You roleplay the character you want to roleplay, but...
Look. The thing about this
Yeah.
because this is kind of a deck building thing, right?
Sort of, yeah.
I can't run Chapel deck.
You wouldn't want to... Representationally, that would be problematic.
just be a total asshole. Just insist on the same thing over and again. All right, let me move on. I really like that I am forced to... Because it does not feel like a choice. It's like I have to take a card and lose a card.
You do, yes.
And I think that's... I feel like...
Being affected by your experiences is not a choice.
Yep, and I feel like that's going to be really...
So,
Okay.
You gain fatigue over time as you travel. Fatigue are these garbage cards with no symbols on them. Returning home and unpacking your items will remove it. Fatigue doesn't match anything. It's just pure misery.
So I think when I come back home and we'll talk to like the childhood friend, my cards are going to eventually be so different. It's going to be like really hard to have that conversation, and I think that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, that's a good look forward. Every turn down the streets of Clifton seems to reveal another mountain in the distance, another horizon. Nadine doesn't stop for sightseers, though. You watch for pedestrians as the caravan rolls downtown. So, Ramir, this guy looks familiar. And also, here we have Klaus. She's watching travelers walk past. And you see, Nadine is present but not conversationable right now, and if you clicked on her, it would be like, oh, she's too busy for you or whatever.
Yeah.
Vendors in Clifton compete to make the grandest promises, delivered with the loudest, most tenacious voice. For every woe, there's a product that can fix it. Klaus, on the other hand, is quiet, barely audible beneath the crowds. You must be with that caravan. Hello to you, traveler. Safety in numbers, is that it? Very wise. I'm a humble peddler of roasted nuts. Don't you enjoy those, traveler? I mean, who doesn't? Life's simple pleasures.
I do like roasted nuts. What's your favorite roasted nuts?
I do not have an answer for this.
What? Oh, well, this is trouble.
I mean, this is exactly what they make accommodates for.
Okay, oh, there's one. Okay.
Look, easy. But don't tell anyone. If everyone knew I sell roasted nuts, they'd buy them up, and none left for you. We can share a secret, can't we? You and I? Just a little information, a mere factoid, kept safe between us. How are you feeling about Klaus? Perhaps you might even trust me with your own secrets. You know so much about me, and I so little about you. Scandalous.
I. Does Klaus know so much about me?
No, you know so much about me. Spoken by Klaus refers to you.
Okay. Oh, oh no, this is trouble. Okay.
She's got you on the back foot here a little bit.
So I have to play one that's not going to match. And being forced to do that, I might as well play the fatigue card.
Do my wares not interest you? Perhaps I can yet change your mind. Oh, turns out she can't match with that fatigue card. I'm not sure you understand what I mean. I thought you had the look of a trustworthy person.
Okay.
But perhaps
right,
I was mistaken.
Okay, hang on. Let's. There we go. All right.
So yeah, you better be careful with those fatigue cards. If someone inquires after these roasted nuts, simply laugh, smile, and toss a delicious handful into your mouth. Klaus's disorienting sales pitch almost makes the roasted nuts sound like some odd metaphor, until she physically hands you a bundle of them. It was a high concept conversation.
Yeah. Okay, a double triangle probably is something that I'm going to need. Alright, and let's see if we can... This is something from the caravan, so maybe I can persuade him to... maybe some people need to... Well, no, he's in Bartow. Okay.
You know his name, Ramir. He grew up in Bartow, traveled with the caravan, turned from neighbor to visitor. He's sitting off the hood of a car the same way he used to sit off his porch way back in the day. First time with the caravan, ain't it? I hope your mom taught you the ropes. It's not easy out here.
I like how your mom is bolded, both your and mom.
Your mom is the name of a character. It's an important noun.
I know, but like the mom I get, but like it's like your mom.
But it's not mom, it's your mom. Your mom is a person.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I remember my first time. Pachenko, Clifton, Bukumboro, a whirlwind of new experiences. Just keep your cool. The road to Bukumboro shreds a lot of tires. Don't panic if it all goes to hell.
All right. Oh, no, I don't have...
You're coming at this with your empathy, and Ramir looks, that stance reads a little closed off to me.
Yeah. I do have a lot of empathy is my big issue here. See, if I play... Thing is, I have 6 cards in my deck that aren't those. There's 3 that lead with triangles, 1 fatigue, and then this one and another one. So, what are the chances playing...
Well, you're not playing for your lead.
Yeah, I know.
You're playing for his cards.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to hit me with triangles again. So
okay. Yeah, reasonable.
So I'm trying to think, what am I going to get from my deck?
Just listen for a moment. I'm trying to impart some words of wisdom here. You won't get anywhere out there if you don't learn how to listen. If you want me to read the text, you can't click through things while also talking yourself.
You're correct. You're correct. Okay. Okay. All right.
Observe. Reveals the other person's hand when played. So now he knows what you have.
Okay.
Which, in theory, should allow for this to be, And it marks which cards he has seen. That's very good. Nope, no, I like that a lot. And remember, everyone you meet on the road is out here for a reason. Most won't tell you what that is. Don't believe every word that comes out of someone's mouth, even if they're nice. Or actually, especially if they're nice. I always respected your mom. She thrived out here, completely in her element. A shark, if I ever knew one. Just because she had friends on the road doesn't mean you do. You don't inherit connections. That's not 100% true.
Okay, well, let's,
Okay, easy. He's opened up a little bit now.
Yeah.
Look, it took your mom years to build her network, and it'll take you time too. I don't want to see you ruin what she made. That's what getting along with him sounds like. He seems worldly. You listen as he spins tales of his experiences on the road, taking his advice to heart. It's a pretty useful ability.
Yeah. All right. So I got 2 triangle. I'm gonna replace one of my other circle triangle cards with it.
Yeah, just effectively just upgrade that card.
Oh.
All right, Nadine's busy. She's helping somebody replace a tire. Hey! A simple detour. The bright, unobstructed sun over Clifton powers up the truck quicker than usual. Uninvited is how many syllables are in that word. Ramir opens your passenger side door and hops inside. What a rude man. Look, I got a proposition. The caravan usually gets around to Anka last, but I've got something to take care of there.
Oh, okay. Only one. Okay, well, hey,
Well,
I got...
don't fuck this up. Yeah, start with an accord. Seems pretty good.
All right.
It's that whole business with the railroad. I got a lot of folks working to get the train back in operation. And whenever something like that goes on, there's money to be made. And I don't mean from manual labor. No thanks.
All right.
I understand. I get where he's coming from on that.
All right.
The place the caravan goes next, Bukumboro, it's a nowhere town. Less folks than Bartow. Serious. And all the endless junk for sale in Anka would impress the homebodies back in Bartow. It's worth your time. Okay. And it's got a plan. Unfortunately, you played yourself into a bit of a corner here.
Oh.
Forget about it. I'll go myself.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I'm used to flying solo anyway. You try to convince Ramir that leaving the caravan is unsafe, but he's not hearing out a greenhorn. Ramir will travel on his own.
I like that, though. I like that. Let me tell you how many times I wish I could redo a conversation in my life.
Yeah.
So many times.
I think that's a very relatable feeling.
5, 6. So I have like 6 cards that lead with 0. So I am gonna.
Okay, try to become more worldly, more thoughtful out here on the road. So he told you about Anka, but you don't know the road out there yet. Bukumboro is a dusty old stop that's some other words, whatever. Listen, we'll get there. We'll see what it's like with our own eyes. A red-tailed hawk perches on the dormant railroad tracks above Bukumboro, gulping down a lizard. The few vendors in town wait outside their stores, windows cleaned and sidewalks swept. They count on the caravan's arrival. So here we have Matilda grinding leaves in a mortar, and Nadine is also available.
Okay, we'll start with Matilda. The art is really charming. It looks like it was kind of there's a sketchiness to it that's I really like.
Yeah. Matilda's business resides in a low earth-colored house, the first floor converted into a storefront. Barrels line the walls filled with fresh tea leaves, whose scents compete for your attention. Hey, we've got a lucky duck over here. I just about sold out of my world-famous matcha. I grind the tea leaves up myself. It takes so long, but it's soothing, not tedious. Kind of like meditation. All right, this is a sales pitch. You know how to deal with a sales pitch.
Yeah.
Oh. Reconsider. Lets you redraw your hand. That's a handy one. I sourced the tea leaves from out near Aldhurst. Not enough shade around here. The sun's too brutal. You ever been out that way? I swear, they won the climate lottery, but the seal eat them first, so... That's just how it goes, huh? Pick up and move wherever's still habitable. Who knows when the groundwater will run out here. It's a little grim.
Yeah. See what you have. All right. Oh, okay.
Hey, that's pretty handy.
So I can play either.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, you know she has a lot of circle leads here. And that's why I meditate. Only peace I get from watching the world die around me. So, Matcha? Come see me again. Maybe I'll read your fortune. If you're lucky. Matilda's matcha smells incredible. You're lucky to have gotten some. Alright, that's another good for the shop. So, we have an interesting option here, because I think both of these cards are pretty compelling.
Yeah. You know, I am going to go with the one that's going to give me a little more...
versatility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because something that I encounter a lot in extemporaneous conversation is feeling very flat-footed. When I play a lot of games that have like a lot of dialogue things, like some visual novels or dialogue-heavy games where you choose your dialogue option and whatnot, you get too much time to consider it. And something like this, where you're not actually choosing the words, but you're kind of trying to go with the flow of it, I think it replicates the feeling of being awkward at conversations more than most games.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't get to come up with like the perfect response or argument or whatnot.
Yeah, you pick a vibe to try to go with, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
So what's getting replaced here?
Well, something that leads with a simple triangle circles can get replaced, I think.
Okay. All right, Nadine is enjoying a bowl of matcha.
All right, let's talk to Nadine.
At a small table outside a store, Nadine whisks matcha in a tea bowl. Her motions are precise, not a single drop spills. Your presence feels intrusive, like you've interrupted some personal ritual.
Well, I don't want Nadine to be mad at me.
You still here? Your final stop in the route will be Aldhurst. Some call it scenic. I don't care for it. The road's in poor condition, more than most. Many travelers bypass Bukumboro, but I enjoy their matcha.
Okay, well, let's see what's in your hand.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
No triangles. Hey, don't interrupt my tea time. You leave Nadine to sip her drink in peace.
Oh, I hate this.
Why?
Uh,
Just the feeling of having blown the conversation, or
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it seemed low stakes. It was just a little interaction, you know.
Yeah, but like, so here's the thing: if I come up to someone and and then they're like, "Hey, don't interrupt when I'm doing having my tea," I feel terrible. Like I feel like again, really intrusive, and I feel like
So
I
you see,
have.
hold on. So
Mhm,
you see the dots along the caravan route measuring like the
mhm,
days of travel, and
mhm.
the black card indicating on what day you'll gain a fatigue.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Um, but if I feel like I've irritated someone, that's worse than upsetting them. The worse than making them angry is if I've irritated them.
Okay. The central plaza bustles with families out enjoying the weather, weavers and rug makers in their open air workshops, and old folks playing cravar in the shade. Bartow only gets a couple days a year this mild.
All
Tessuto
right.
takes his pickles to the pinnacle.
All right. So there is triangles are not in style for this guy.
That's just not how he gets down. Nadine's whistling for you to come over.
All right.
Nadine, loading up her vehicle with pots of kimchi, whistles for your attention. It's hard to tell if the condescension is intentional or not. I don't think she means anything by it. So, you made it. The caravan splits here. I don't take greenhorns out toward Old Moray. It's too dangerous for your maiden voyage. If you take the direct road back from here, you'll be fine. It's mostly downhill that direction. It's a scenic route, too.
Okay. All right. I have a little.
That's
bit of...
okay. That's a little more condescending, I feel like.
all right. Let me,
Road's gotten long. You're starting to feel a little cranky. Okay, so you see, she didn't match there, but the Accord held it.
yeah.
You know, speaking of liabilities, have you seen Ramir? I lost him around Clifton. I hope he's not getting into too much trouble. Speaking of liabilities is harsh. Listen, out of respect for your mom, I'm going to tell you something I probably shouldn't. You ever heard of the Rilkers? They're practically royalty in Old Moray. They got ties all over the place. Their word's law, and they've threatened to shut the caravan out of Old Moray if I don't drop Bartow from the route. Now, I'm not one to bend so easily, but it does make things more complicated. Your store really needs to shine for the caravan to stand up to them. Okay, so there's some kind of pressure from the outside here. Okay, not bad.
Okay.
Those Accords are doing a lot of work this time.
Yeah.
Why this is happening now, I can't say. It could be your mom had some dirt on the Rilkers. My word is, she had some run-ins with them in the past, and by all accounts, they're the type to hold grudges. Now, the timing could be better, but it's important you understand. Your mom, she was a complex woman. She had lots of opinions and made a habit of making waves wherever she went. Not the easiest person to travel with. You follow this caravan's path, the same one your mom took, and you're bound to learn some things about her. Some good, some not so much.
Okay, well then this just is gonna be a break because there isn't.
Is it?
Wait. Symbols of previous cards. That'd be a circle matching up. These would be circles. Yeah. What am I missing? Oh, well, I could.
There you go.
Okay. Well, that's still a trouble.
Is it?
No. All right.
As for you and me, I don't believe kids always take after their parents. That'd be unfair. So don't start trouble and there won't be none. I run this caravan so no one else has to, and I like it run a certain way. Safe. You're grateful to Nadine for telling you the whole story, even if you're not sure what to do with this info. You've endured the caravan route. And she did tell you how to get back home.
Okay.
So yeah, I like it accommodate, but it's only really useful with people who are like forceful like that. Somebody who's gonna just lay down the symbols.
So I like the how small the hand size, the deck size is, because you have the cards that are kind of more specialist cards, and these feel like conversational flourishes, and the other things feel more like the flow of small talk. And you can't just be all flourishes with neurotypical people, who I assume most of these people are.
You absolutely can. They still have symbols on them.
All right, let's try. This is gonna be real tricky. Let's try to talk to this guy though.
The shelves in Tessuto's store rise almost 20 feet, filled with jars of colorful foods. He waves from a rolling ladder. The supply here could feed a small town for months. I'll pickle anything you can imagine here. Anything. Look at these shelves and call me a liar. What?
Okay, so it's starting with empathy. Empathy's good. I can do empathy. He can't do triangles, so those are all bad for me. But let me put this here, so at least we have a...
Not what I would have done.
Yeah?
Well, if you had played the accommodate, it would have been double circles. In a lot of situations, an accommodate's going to be kind of weird here. And then you would have had to clarify that you could have tucked between those two cards later.
Yeah. No. See, this is the thing. This is the thing in the conversation. I wish I had done this before.
Yeah, don't let me tell you how to play. So, I mean, you got the accord.
Yeah, so this is at least going to...
Yep, so watch what happens here. It falls back to the accord. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You're not really sure how to deal with this guy. He's not quite like anyone you have ever had to converse with before. Well, you can't know if you like it till you try it. Trying out new things is an important part of life. Shit.
Oh.
Shit, dude.
Right. Well, let's see what you have.
Give this flavor a spin. It'll knock your socks off.
I need those.
He's trying. He's pushing.
Yeah.
What's this I hear about an old man becoming a pickle? Preposterous. Please, no such nonsense in my shop. He's not a big fan of Seth Rogen, I guess. Tessuto pulls out some jars that look like they belong in a circus instead of a store, and it turns you off the whole ordeal.
Okay, I mean, I think that was...
And you cannot help but be affected by this. This is...
Yeah, this is...
Yeah? Lose you there?
I'm thinking. Like, so which of these two cards, like, how many more creative people am I gonna come across? You know?
How many more diamond people? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I will go with the circle diamond, and I will replace one of my circle triangles with it.
Okay. So unfortunately, I believe you only have 2 things to sell at the shop, yeah?
I thought I had 3.
Do you? I might be wrong.
I believe I have the.
You got the candy
I have
in Pachenko. Oh yeah, that's right. The roasted nuts
roasted
and
nuts
the. Oh yeah, you're fine.
and the.
And the matcha. You're good. You're good. I'll need to get back for the reopening, but not before I stock up on items, which you have done. This will end your current trip, and you won't be able to leave again until after you unpack your items. This is this is what you're doing. This is the beginning caravan. If you get through that whole conversation with Ramir, he does tell you the road to Anka, and so you can sort of veer off. He's some stranger. He's slicing an apple with a pocket knife. Perhaps you shouldn't talk to him. Coming home to Bartow after time away feels strange, like someone rearranged your bedroom while you slept. All the same pieces are still here, mostly, but what's different and what's misremembered, there's no telling. You find Elias at home, sitting on the floor, surrounded by craft materials. Glue, markers, cardstock, thin polystyrene sheets. He looks exhausted. Hey, look who made it back in one piece. While you were gone, I made something you can stock in the store. Bartow key rings. People love souvenirs. It looks like you got plenty of stuff for the store already, but these will be popular. They'll make good mementos to help travelers remember Bartow. You don't owe me this time, unless they're really popular. Oh, and you won't believe what else I found while you were gone. Check it out, your mom's old locket. Hey, by Metrodon. It is, yeah. Amabel has never played this before. Okay, he's feeling pretty familiar here.
Okay, well, this is a problem though.
Is it?
Oh, wait, I have one. Okay.
Yep, and he has a card you don't. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Don't worry, I won't get upset with you for taking it this time. In fact, I think you should. A good luck charm of your own. You might need it out on the road. Anyway, how was the caravan? Did Nadine say anything else about Bartow or your mom? You didn't have to break the news to anyone, did you? I bet rumors probably spread fast on the road. Okay, it's getting a little messy.
Yeah, this one's a little messier, but it's one hit, and then I give him some.
Yeah, give him something
Circles
he can definitely. You must be tired. It's okay. Trips always take a lot out of me too.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good.
Oof.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
So you have the Accord though.
Yeah.
So okay, that's.
I have the Accord. Oh no! All right. So I should have.
You managed to get Nadine to tell you more? That's impressive. You're a natural. I wonder what the Rilkers have got to do with your mom. They got ties all over the place from what I hear. No wonder they're able to pressure the caravan. I gotta say, Nadine kinda intimidates me, but maybe there's more to her than meets the eye.
Okay.
I thought you'd be happier to see me again.
Oh no! Oh, buddy. All right. Well, he probably has a circle card. So.
Nope. It's almost like you're not even happy to be home. Is Bartow really that boring? And like this is a handful of the road, right? Like this is all
Yeah, no,
stuff that
I'm really
happened to you while you
tired.
were out.
I just got home, buddy.
None of these are cards that you had when you left, and he just doesn't know what the fuck to do with that. Like as like the thing you were saying before, like mechanics as metaphor. I think that's like beautiful, right? It's beautiful in the way,
Yeah,
the specific
yeah.
way that it's terrible. You know, I can't put my finger on it, but you seem different. Did something happen out there on the road? Something about the time apart has made Elias more sensitive than usual, like he's analyzing your statements for hidden subtext. Or maybe that's normal. But Elias found Mom's old locket. I wonder what's inside.
You know what? Another one of these won't be too bad, I don't think.
Yeah, Nope Nah says, I like how they make you feel bad when they don't have a matching card. But that is like the thing, right? A conversation is a duo climb. A conversation is a two-part thing, and it does feel bad when you put someone in a position where it's like they don't know how to reach out anymore. You want to talk to this stranger?
Yeah, it's not going to go well.
I mean, you don't have to. Folks often pass through Bartow and stop at an attraction or two, but they never stick around. Yet this stranger's been here for weeks, smoking cigarettes, spitting sunflower seeds, always in the outskirts. And what goes through the crow's mind when there's no food for miles? That's a
All
great
right, buddy.
question, friend.
Yeah, no, this, this is bad.
You're like, yeah, crows, right? You sure about that now? He's trying.
He's trying, yeah.
Look, dude, I don't
I
know.
like crows.
You got a lot of nerve.
What?
He nods at you knowingly. You're not sure what to make of this exchange. You want this card? By which I mean, sorry. Here's this card.
Take this card.
This is just like you're fed up with people. People are so weird. Why is everybody so weird?
What should I? Okay, mechanical advice. What should I?
Well, I mean, I think you have a choice here, right? You could replace the one weird card in your deck, or you could not. Right? This is a choice of like sort of like limiting. You like intentionally. Are you limiting the change, or are you trying to prepare yourself for a wider variety of experiences here?
Let's go wider. You know, I'm gonna replace
one of your accommodates.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Is interesting? Does interesting mean bad?
Interesting means interesting. Bad? I usually hold a lot of accommodates. I mean, I like them quite a bit, but welcome home. When everything is unpacked, let's hang out. But that doesn't mean that's right. It's just what I do.
Yeah. I tend to make decisions on my gut.
Okay.
You know, rather than analyze as much as you do. So my decisions are often wrong, but they are fast.
Okay. You and Elias catch up, picking up right where you left off. You tell him about your first time in the quaint town of Aldhurst. He tells you how proud he is that the store's grand reopening was a success, praising you for stocking an impressive 4 items. Will it be enough for the caravan to stand up to the Rilkers? Well, the licorice didn't sell out completely. The solar technician waxed poetic about the sun in Clifton while picking up his groceries, and told you about a road from home to Clifton. That's pretty good. A man wearing a hat and sunglasses bought a Bartow keyring, praising the artistry in a deep voice. The school teacher bought some matcha for days when her students are especially rowdy. I like all those these little glimpses into the community. All the people in town. A flock of mourning doves bunch up on a dormant power line, bending it beneath their weight. Little scuffles break out, miniature avian dramas, raining down feathers. The road calls. You're about to leave. Where is Elias? You locate Elias by following the sound of a woodwind instrument. He's standing on a rock, performing for an empty field. You've never seen him use an instrument in his life. I need your help. I told Samuel I'd perform for his big event at the Roadhouse. We're gonna pull in so many visitors, we won't even need the caravan. Maybe. But I'm not a musician. This may be a good thing to think about before you told him you would perform.
Yeah. Okay, well...
Push that accord first. Yeah. I think that makes some good sense.
What do you got?
Okay, he's got a bunch of accommodates. That tends to be the way with him. Seriously, I only have this plastic recorder. I can't go on stage with this. I'd die right there on the spot. If you find any instruments on the road, please grab them for me. Not for free, of course. I mean, I'm good for it. Maybe you could find something at the big Aldhurst Cook-Off Festival? Your mom used to bring the best toys back from that. I mean, I'm too old for toys now, of course. But they sell instruments there, too.
What are instruments but toys, really?
Well, it's okay. Could be worse. So yeah, if you end a conversational line with an accord, I believe it carries the accord forward to the beginning of the next line.
Okay.
Not that it matters here. In the meantime, I'll just practice with this recorder for the worst case scenario. Just remember, you're not alone. We're doing what we can to keep this town on the caravan route too. This behavior is unusual for Elias, this desperation for new experiences. Your promises alleviate his worries, at least for the moment. So, Aldhurst is hosting a cook-off, it turns out. Interesting. And Elias needs us to find him an instrument. What do you think?
You know, I'll grab one of these again. Okay, so I'm actually... Okay. Gosh. Okay, that one. Because in a way, the triangle that matches with the circle or triangle is a triangle.
It is, yeah.
And also a triangle circle, so, you know. Alright, well, let's talk to Samuel before...
The owner at the Roadhouse. Mom's old friend. Samuel's out back by the smoker, flipping an enormous rack of ribs with his bare hands. He's been at it so long he barely feels the flames. He wipes his greasy mitts on his apron, then rushes over to give you a bear hug.
Oh, ribs. You know, the first time I had ribs was, like, when our roommate made ribs.
Yes, I know.
A year and a half ago. Ribs are good, actually.
Yes, that's correct. Hey, there you are, kiddo. I was starting to think you'd forgotten about your old pal Samuel.
Excellent voice work, sweetheart.
Thank you. I haven't seen you around so much lately. Not since, well, not since the funeral. I'm trying, I'm trying to read the personality on the face and... This would be a good chance to test the thing I just said.
Which thing you just said?
The thing about the accommodate. Or the about
Oh,
the
right.
accord. Yep. Losing your mom left a giant-sized hole in this town, that's for sure. Everyone here's been so damn down, including myself. And the fact that business has been so slow around here lately, well, that don't help things much either. It's good to mourn, but you let it go on too long, then it becomes a mope. That's not good. Not what your mom would have wanted.
I like that as your mom. That's pretty good.
So yes, the accord holds over. I've been thinking, Bartow could really use a kickstart. Pick me up, if you will. A night of fun and dancing right here at the Roadhouse to rejuvenate the town and hopefully even bring in new customers. What do you think?
Okay, well, yeah. Okay, good.
Like, I already spoke to Elias about organizing a show portion of the evening. And guess what? He's planning on doing a special performance. I didn't realize he knew how to play any instruments, but hey, that kid's full of surprises.
Elias.
I'm also going to be cooking up something special for the occasion. That reminds me. You think you can help me stock up on my my secret ingredient? Maybe, hopefully.
All right. I got a thing here.
Around the Descendant Canals, they sell these canal chilies. Amazing heat level. I'm sure to add a real kick to the festivities. Thanks, kiddo. It's good to see you holding down the fort. I know it's hard, but we'll get through all this together. Samuel's jubilant disposition is infectious. He sends you on your way, but not before giving you another hug and a handful of smoked ribs. All right, Samuel's a hero.
Yeah.
Also, he would love some chilies if we could get him some.
Okay. So while I look at these cards, how's chat going?
Chat's going. People are talking about flutes. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Nope points out that if Elias has never touched an instrument before, getting a good instrument is not going to solve the problem he's having.
Yeah, but
he doesn't know how to play anything. But if you just get him one that's made of by video game logic, it is pointed out. If you just get him one that's made of a good enough material, it'll solve the problem by itself. Think of the numerical bonuses.
But on the other hand, okay, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
A recorder is a terrible instrument to learn music on, I feel like.
Sweetie, I love you, but you don't know anything about playing music, so I think it's hard for you to judge, really.
Well, I played a recorder, and I did it so poorly that my teacher refused to let me take music class in elementary school.
That doesn't really reinforce your point, sort of.
No, I feel I don't have the lung capacity for a recorder.
Okay, kind of neither here nor there.
Okay, all right.
Nadine is checking in with the Caravaneers, kicking tires and preparing for the road ahead. Also, you were probably trying to breathe with your lungs instead of your diaphragm.
Well, no one told me.
If you ride with the caravan this time, it's the full route, no training wheels. You think you can handle that?
Yeah.
I usually expect folks to be more experienced before taking them along. I'm making an exception here. I won't hold your hand. I can help around Ramina, but I gotta look out for everyone else, too. Okay, once again, more, it takes fewer white squares than black squares. She's trying to help. She wants to be helpful. She's just got a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
That's a nice card.
Oh, that's a good card. Yeah, I want that card. You know what? I'm gonna use this one. Oh, maybe I should. Oh well.
The road from Aldhurst to Ramina is mountainous. Be prepared. Now, I came by the store earlier. Not bad. Keep this up, Bartel might stay on the route after all. You'll believe it or not, I have faith in you. You made it to Aldhurst your first time out. That's a promising start.
Okay.
Ah. Prepare's pretty handy.
That's pretty handy too, yeah. Oh, duplicate. Okay, yeah.
But she's just showing off with that clarify. You know, you are welcome to ride with us, but I won't lie and say the caravan's always the easiest route. It's good for providing safety and expertise, but it's a long road. You'll get a good haul, but you'll be exhausted by the end. I'll get you there, but it's still on you to acquire the goods you need. Just remember, you can't please everyone. You'll have a hard time on the road if you try to. She nods to herself as she gives your truck a once-over and continues with her inspections.
Okay. So the prepared is the one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I will replace it with just straight upgrade.
Okay. So, we can see the caravan schedule here. Caravan goes to Pachenko, then Clifton, then Bukumboro, then Aldhurst, then Ramina, then Old Murray. Aldhurst is hosting the community cook-off from the 21st to the 36th, and if you want to contribute stuff to the Roadhouse show, you need to be back in Bartow by the 44th.
Okay. All right.
You are given a lot more sort of leeway at this point. You got a truck. You got your cards. Do what you got to do.
All right.
You can see where the caravan is.
Oh.
And these are the roads you know. What do you want to do?
I am. So I could. So if I go here.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be X number. I'm thinking.
Yep. Make sure you do it out loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I'm given the option of going right to Clifton.
Sure. I mean, hell, you know the road to Aldhurst.
That's true. And I'd want to be in Aldhurst during the cook-off.
Which is not when the caravan will be there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go to Clifton.
Oh, all right.
No, you don't. What do you think?
I would like everybody to note I didn't do anything.
Let's try it. Let's try Clifton.
You do what makes sense to you. Just bail on the caravan, piss off Nadine, whatever. On this visit, there's more time to observe the distant beauty around Clifton. The rows of sheer cliff faces, portraits of sedimentation built through centuries. Must be why so many rooftops here have chairs and tables.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
I should have paused a little bit between those clauses, but it's hard when you're reading a sentence for the first time cold. It's hard to know where the stresses go. Klaus is inviting people to sample her wares. Of all the merchants in Clifton, Klaus runs the only entirely empty stall that nonetheless remains open for business. From appearances alone, it's not clear what that business is. Confused tourists scan the stall and walk on. Does the road treat you well? Forgive me, I can't help but notice you travel so empty-handed. I'm afraid I'm fresh out of roasted nuts, supply issues and so on. Nothing to be done about it in these times. Well, that's interesting. Chatter allows you to immediately play another card.
Okay.
They come for us all, don't they? The hard times. Some of us more than others. How easily some recover. The wonders of this world never cease, to be sure. Clifton isn't my home. I travel, much like yourself. Okay, she's got... I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, because the conversation's over.
Yeah.
Do you find these places where you go welcome you, arms open? You can't always trust a smile, I've learned, over and over. And I wondered, the more I mistrusted, was it my fault? But it often has nothing to do with you, not personally. Try to remember that.
All right.
You hear out Klaus's vague musings about the state of society, but lending her an ear doesn't prompt any specifics, just pleasant agreement. Curious person, that Klaus.
Yeah. Draw, play. Ooh.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking this one, but I don't want to get rid of this one or that one. I don't want to get rid of any of these cards, but...
Hey, Alexis. You've encountered someone new.
Alright. Let's try talking to Alexis.
A nut merchant motions for you to join them beneath a colorful umbrella adorned with tulips. They speak in hushed, conspiratorial tones. What unusual sales pitch is this? I should warn you, traveler, of the company you keep. Yes, I refer to Klaus, if that's even her true name.
Alright, well...
Alright, what do you pull in? Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
If I play this now, would I then lead the next round?
I have no idea, actually.
Let's find out.
But it does push the accord forward. She's stolen from me before, and others. I can't blame her, since my nuts are the very best. We're just gonna let that lie where it lies there. Speaking of nuts, I've heard they can prevent misfortune. And words. That's fine. Listen, we don't need text.
All right.
Well, this is going smoothly.
Yeah.
Cashews, almonds, pecans.
Oh, this is like a cashew.
Oh, my poor naive friend. I have every nut that still grows in this dying world, roasted to perfection. I mean, that does sound pretty good. If there's anyone you can trust in Clifton, it's me. I'd never lie to someone so precious.
Yeah, no, I don't care for this fella.
You're a strange person, Alexis. And I have but one motivation, providing the finest roasted nuts around. Have some. You thank Alexis for all their help. Whether you believe them isn't important. It's clear they only share such information on the condition of gratitude. And also, roasted nuts for the store.
Oh, this sucks. I hate this.
Hey, look, it turned out not to be an innuendo. How weird.
Like, I don't want to get rid of any of the cool cards. But... okay. Alright, let's try this.
The stranger sleeps on a woven plastic mat on the side of the road. People ignore him as they pass. You might regret this, or you could get a fantastic education for free. You make your choice. And when the serpent swallows the sun, we are all left with the consequences. Have you learned? Yeah, Amabel, have you learned?
Well, sort of, not really. Okay. No, that's bad. Okay. No, this just won't. Nothing I can do here is good.
There's no arguing with you, is there? A colorful bird catches your eye for a moment. When you turn back around, the stranger is studying a leaf.
Oh,
and he
okay.
didn't play any cards, so.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Calendar. Okay, the caravans and...
In Pachenko right now, they're headed toward Clifton.
Okay, but I can't just, like, wait for them.
Correct. You got too much to do.
Alright, well, let's,
Oh, that's true. Matilda offered to read your fortune. Go back and cash that in. I guess she did say if you're lucky. You feeling lucky? An older woman reads a worn-out hardcover on a wooden bench. A couple races their bicycles down the lone dirt road. Everyone looks your way as your truck passes. When there's no caravan around, Bukumboro returns to normal. And Matilda's out, waiting in front of a tea table, cross-legged on a pillow. Her store is dark, the shades drawn, dimly lit only by candles. She opens her eyes to invite you forward. You're here for matcha. How did I know? The leaves told me. Would you like your fortune told? I'll walk you through the ritual. Just take a seat in front of your cup. Go ahead, drink. Leave only a little.
okay.
So what are you looking for here?
Alright, let's grab this one so I can see what she... It's a lot
Okay.
easier if I can see what she's dealing with.
Oh, she played a redraw. Immediately dumped all those cards you just looked at.
Okay.
Isn't that warm? Now sit for a minute. Chill out. Think about your future. All the potential paths ahead. And now, as promised, I'll read the leaves. Ooh, hold on. I don't recognize this symbol. I gotta look this one up. Sorry. Bugs, standing water. Oh, this is totally a swamp. You better dress for mud. There's also something about a love left behind. Which reminds you of Persari for some reason. It's a story told there.
Alright.
Well, that was fun. Thanks for letting me tell your future. Careful if you take the direct road to Bartow. It's rarely traveled and not maintained. Lots to think about after such predictions, but at least you have some matcha to drink while you dwell over it all. And also to sell, obviously.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a pretty handy card.
Yeah, is that... I think that's better than the... Yeah.
Really?
Especially given the small deck size.
Okay.
Okay. So if I did take the road home, I could dump my my whatchamacallit, and then maybe be back in Buckenborough and like rejoin the caravan.
I don't know.
I don't have time for that.
Why? I don't know what the point of going home would be.
I have a fatigue card, and I also
Oh
want
no,
to be
no,
able
no!
to
If
time
you like stop and rest at home, the trip's over.
the trip's over. Okay, so I want to find a way to rejoin the caravan, and it's just not gonna.
You have desynced yourself pretty good here.
Okay, there's not really a way to rethink myself that I can. That'd be 1, 2, 3 days, and then 1, 2, 3. That'd be 6 days. Yeah, no, that won't. So I'll just go ahead to. No, because I go ahead to Aldhurst. Mm,
Well, can you just
mm.
drive straight through to Ramina?
Oh,
Then you could come back to Aldhurst.
okay.
You come across a roadhouse packed with travelers while a storm darkens the horizon. What do you think?
You know, I'll push on.
Okay. Ramina lies among the hills, overlooking terraced vineyards and the coast far below. Packs of children run across the crumbling limestone walls around the outer limits, pretending their sticks are ancient swords. And here we have Haruto. His demeanor's nearly as sour as his vinegar, and he sure does look familiar.
He does look familiar. Okay.
You wander onto a farm whose door has a faded open sign, though it's difficult to tell if it's a business that welcomes visitors. Hey, you aren't local. Where are you from? Not a lot of folks come around Ramina. Welcome. Inherits the right-hand symbols from the previous card. Interesting. Okay, that's something. That's a start.
Yeah. He's easier to get along with than his brother is.
No, sorry, I'm not Tsuno. That's my twin brother. Not that he'd ever admit it. You know how long fermentation takes on a good vinegar? That's the pace of life around here. No thrills. Someone has to do it. Family farm. My brother, he ran off to Aldhurst, started a business. Good riddance.
Okay. Well, I know he doesn't have a triangle, but okay. Hey. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
that could be worse. And then
yeah, I mean, then this.
Yep, the Accord just gets
Yep.
you there. And I guess who was left with all the responsibilities, funerals and such, the drudgeries of life. You're looking at him. I don't do direct sales much, but take some vinegar. Be sure to let folks know where it's from. And if you're traveling onwards, old Murray at least buys plenty of my vinegar. You just be careful. More than one truck has gotten stuck on that route. You walk away with some vinegar, unsure if it was worth it.
Oh, vinegar is worth it. Vinegar's good. Hey, this is pretty handy though.
That is a cool card, yeah. You're getting some value out of all those diamonds.
Yeah. Yeah, let's lean into the diamonds.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, so if I go back to, I have to go back to Aldhurst.
Well, you just
no, I
learned
could
about the
go-
road to Old Moray.
Yeah.
But if you went back to Aldhurst, you would arrive on day 20, which is
Not,
not
which
during
is not the
cook-off.
day. Okay.
You can go up to Old Moray and then come back.
Okay.
Roads leading here are difficult and wet. Very wet.
Let's see what I can do. A lot of fatigue.
You approach a welcoming rest stop off to the side of the road. Travelers sit sharing stories.
Yeah, I'll join them for a spell.
Ooh. One woman entrances the group with a story of a massive storm surge threatening Old Moray. You listen and learn, preparing for the road ahead. Choose a card to gain a single-use accord.
It's gonna be this one.
Okay. That's a
Just
handy
'cause-
little bonus.
Yeah. It seems like the right choice anyway.
Hey!
Hey.
As you pull into Old Moray, a stranger steps in front of your vehicle. She digs around in her pockets and pulls out some kind of identification. Hold it. You can't just drive into Old Moray with a loaded truck. Let me take a look at all this. Don't move. Okay, well, it's not the friendliest reception you've ever received.
Nope.
I don't like your tone. Okay.
Oh. Okay. What do you have? No, those cards are all bad. I don't care for those.
The Rilkers hired me to clean up Old Moray, and that's exactly what I'm doing. There'll be no smuggling here under my watch. Well,
I can't,
yeah,
none of this is good.
So it would seem. Hey, some of those cards are pretty good. Now, that's it. You turn your truck around. You won't be entering Old Moray. Not on my watch. After a stressful encounter, you were turned away from Old Moray.
Okay,
In what ways precisely is the road changing you? That's pretty rough. The thing is, I think, honestly, your deck was in an okay spot for that. Like, you have cards that could have played with that. It just came down a little rough. You drew 2 fatigues right away, so your effective hand size was really rough. And your truck skids down the swampy coastline, tire treads choked with mud. The towers of Old Moray rise offshore, high above the city itself. No wonder Nadie doesn't take care of any newcomers here. All right, well, you've been bounced. Back to Aldhurst?
yeah.
Yeah, you will arrive during the cook-off. Unfortunately, you have 4 fatigues now.
Yeah.
All around the central plaza, tables are heaped high with fragrant dishes and homemade treats. Some sort of festival is underway. Toward the back of the plaza, 2 especially large stations dominate the area. It's Tessuto's big day, but he looks a little off his game.
All right, let's use that to our advantage.
You spot Tessuto pacing alone. He tugs at his collar as if overheating, before catching you staring. Swiftly, he corners you before you can escape. Hey, you there. Someone, anyone must know the truth, that they might repeat it. And what is the truth, you ask? Why, I've been sabotaged. Monstrously, immorally sabotaged. Well, that's pretty grim. Tell us about it. You got a good hand for dealing with him, at least.
Wait, this inherits the... Okay. Let me start with this.
Okay, all right. Could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's got stuff to play. Did I stutter? Yes, sabotaged. Even as we speak, the small and feeble conspire to tear down the great and fearless. All right, dude, calm down. Yes, sabotaged by my very own brother Haruto. I don't know if that makes sense.
No.
Well, that's unfortunate. But,
yeah.
you know, the accord holds. For the moment.
Okay.
This might be a good time to redraw your hand with all your fatigues. Bah, a true genius is never recognized as such by his contemporaries.
All right, chill. Chill, my man. Oh, now you... Okay.
And my formula was pristine, sheer perfection. The only possible outcome is unqualified success. All right, well, we'll see what we can do for you. Nice. This bodes well. You know, I made a bold, daring, and desperate attempt to concoct a vinegar replacement. Oh, no. Alas, it did not... let's just say it's not quite the same. Yeah, no, that seems like it would be real bad for the process of pickling. Wait, what is that you have there? Could it be? You've brought me vinegar. How did you know? Well, it's a good thing you did stuff in such a fucked up order. Okay, not bad, not bad.
Okay, yeah.
No matter. With your help, I'll set Salem in his place and show Haruto he cannot undermine me. Now hand over that vinegar now, my dear savior. Tsudo ushers you out of his lab. Soon, strange noises begin creeping out from behind the door. Tsudo is grateful for the vinegar and gave you a whole bunch of pickled something.
Okay, I have one of these. Oh, well, I have
This one is
this
one is the reverse of those symbols.
Okay.
And Salem is looking pretty pleased with himself.
All right.
Onlookers gather like dark clouds over a battlefield. This can only mean one thing. You've arrived just in time for Salem and Tsudo's cook-off. You find Salem making final preparations in his shop. You are just in time to witness the downfall of Tsudo. This cook-off is just what I need to put that pungent pickle pusher in his place, once and for all.
I say permanently instead. So it's right there.
It was right there.
I forget what his deal. Well, okay. Nothing. I was. Oh.
Ah, removes all cards back to the last valid match. Okay,
Yeah, that's helpful. Well,
it's a handy little trick.
no. Hang on. None of these.
Well,
Okay, I could. Yeah.
there you
all
go.
right.
Complicated little conversational dance there, but well, I don't know why I expected otherwise. The universe is disorderly. Of course, the undeserving prosper under such chaotic conditions.
All right, buddy.
The sheer variety of my dishes speaks for itself. The colors alone catch the eye, and as any expert will tell you, appearance is 70% of taste.
Well,
now that's an interesting idea. What, you ask, is the secret to making profoundly wonderful kimchi? Why, it's believing in yourself, of course. Huh. Okay, this has turned out. You're getting very good at these diamondful conversations. Be bold, be brave, be colorful, like this kimchi. History will remember you fondly. That's my philosophy, and as you can see, it served me well. Yeah, you're covered in vinegar, my dude, but sure. By the way, if you're heading north, take the back roads to avoid any panhandlers, hitchhikers, or leeches of any other stripe. You managed to give Salem the slip. Seeing as how he's perfectly capable of carrying a conversation on his own, you're not sure he'll even notice.
Okay, well, the backtrack's pretty good.
Yeah, backtrack seems real handy. By Measured Odd says, this guy tastes with his eyes. And Nope Now clarifies, he's the kind of guy who tries to get drunk by pouring vodka into his eyeballs. That seems like an actual nightmare. Okay, so you know about the road from Aldhurst to Anka now. That's interesting.
Okay.
Caravan's headed up to Anka after Tsende. You might be able to meet them up there. When would you get there? 36? Or 38, rather. So no, right after they leave. 36 is when you gain the fatigue. Someone here may sell musical instruments.
Yeah.
But also, you're pretty far from Bartow. And the Roadhouse show is...
make it back.
You didn't manage to get the chilies that Samuel wanted, or an instrument for Elias, though.
And I'm gonna miss the caravan. Oh, that's awful. That's. I thought I was buying myself more time by skipping a stop, and no, I just made it worse.
Well, you did a lot of driving.
Well, I just ended up coming home empty-handed.
Well, I mean, you're not empty-handed. You don't have those things, but you have some things.
Well, I'll disappoint those people in particular.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it worse to come home in time and be like, yeah, I couldn't get anything? Or is it worse to show up, like, way late?
Yeah, I think that's a real interesting question.
Chat, let's do a poll in the chat. Chat, what do you think, real quick?
I do not know how to do a poll in the chat. That is a thing, but I...
Which would feel worse for... Okay, let's say that you wanted me to get something for you and show up at a particular time with it. If I showed up without the thing, or if I showed up days later and didn't have it, which would you prefer? Which would be worse for you?
If you show up in time without the thing, then you're present to be yelled at.
Yeah. Is that something that... How would that make you feel?
I don't know. Is that better or worse? You might just have to make the decision yourself.
This is agonizing. Okay, let's... Oh, that's... I'm gonna have so much fatigue, too. I'll be there by day 36. So that's actually not gonna be there for the Roadhouse.
Well, I mean, you'll be... No, you're gonna be there for the road. Bartow's where you live.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna head back. I'm gonna miss the caravan.
Mm-hmm. There might be more stuff for the store in Anka as well. Sounds like a big city. A teeming trade hub of cold steel and unfeeling concrete. A place where triangles and squares are useful.
Well, I have triangles, but not squares.
Yeah.
I have no squares. You know, I'm heading back home. Yeah, I know this.
You say you know this, but you
I
didn't
will
know
go
that.
home. I'll go home and get yelled at.
Okay. That was the direction chat was leading in.
Okay.
A storm kicks up as you approach Bartow. Rain, thunder, the whole drama. A stray mutt runs into the middle of the road. You hit the brakes and honk your horn, trying to scare it to safety. But it doesn't run.
Oh no! Oh. Okay.
A dog's love matches all symbols. Truer words never spoken. All of his cards are love. Because he is a dog.
No, that makes sense. That makes so much. I have 2 of those. Wow, okay. Oh, I only needed 1 thing. Yeah, no, dogs are easy to...
What a delight. Look at him. He's the cutest dog I've ever seen.
I'm waiting for you to say the dialogue.
In chat, all caps, adopt immediately. I am not Amabel. Click.
No.
You are not going to get me. You are not going to make me bark on stream.
Okay, I'll wait till off stream for that.
The mutt hops into your passenger seat and looks at you with love in his eyes. Guess you have a new companion. You call him Thunder, and he doesn't mind. Spending time with Thunder makes you feel less fatigued.
That's not how dogs work.
That is exactly how dogs work.
Not in my experience.
The more you return home, the less it feels like home. The birds learn new songs, the roads play tricks on you, fresh dramas become ancient history. Everyone lives their lives without you, the same way you lived without them. And here's Elias, running up when your truck arrives. Samuel's busy. He's got a cook-off to prepare for. Elias drums his knuckles on your window before you've even unbuckled your seatbelt. Hopefully that little composition means he's prepared for the Roadhouse performance. You found an instrument, right? Like I'm not screwed? This recorder sounds so bad.
I'm with Elias on here, on this. It is the quality of the instrument. Oof. Oh, okay. Okay.
It was a good accommodate.
Yeah. Well, this is...
He's packing those accommodates, as always. You didn't find any instruments? Not even a cheap guitar? Oh, this is bad. This is so very bad. Well, I have become pretty awesome with the recorder, relatively. We'll see. Well, good news. The one card you have is a pretty good one. Okay, and then that's honestly not bad either.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, good enough. Okay, you owe me. Not only are you coming to the Roadhouse, but you gotta cheer like the whole time. Louder than the booze. Ugh, I hope we pull in enough visitors. Elias looks devastated. Hopefully he can pull off a miracle with that recorder. But he's happy you're here. He's happy you're here for it. I think for as far as pleasing Elias goes, I think you made the right call.
Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine the kind of spiritual rejuvenation you would get from an adamantium retriever. Okay, you got lots of stuff to sell. You're in pretty good shape on that. You did pick up a lot of fatigue out there. It was pretty bad luck, though, that you managed to draw almost all of it immediately. Oh, no. He sounds like the prince from that Little Mermaid cartoon.
Wait, which Little Mermaid cartoon?
The Neil Cicierega Little Mermaid
Okay.
thing. I wonder how much of this they recorded.
See, this is the thing. Even someone's good on the recorder, it's not going to sound great.
Okay, to be clear, this is not someone who's good on the recorder.
No, I agree.
Okay.
But like the recorder as an instrument, like how often do you see a recorder in a symphony?
Every day.
I don't think so. I think like a flute maybe.
Yeah, a flute maybe. Occasionally a symphony contains a flute. Would you click the button?
You're being mean to me.
You and Samuel make up half the crowd at the Roadhouse show, much to Elias's relief. Okay, sales are going well at least. After buying the pickles, Elias said that he'll relish eating them. Awful.
No, that's good. That's good. That's not awful.
The sanitation man bought the roasted nuts to snack on during his breaks. Okay. The day laborer bought up all the kimchi, planning a special meal for his husband. Aw. And the sanitation man also bought the matcha as a treat to unwind with after work. Sanitation work pays well, I guess. Home is a comfort zone. It's a lot like a favorite old sweater. You know exactly what to expect, and that makes it comfy. But you can't wear it forever. It's time to hit the road. So, what do you think? Do you want to do another trip?
I think we've been at this for a couple hours now, haven't we?
Yeah, we're maybe like a little bit shorter than I would ordinarily run the stream for, but if we do another trip, we'll be quite a bit longer. So,
yeah,
you wanna cut it here?
Yeah, I think we'll cut it here. Thank you for sharing this with me.
One thing that I do want to say, a thing that you didn't get to see, because I think it happens at the end of the third trip. At the end of the third trip, I think it's an earthquake. There's some kind of natural disaster, and it does a lot of damage to the region, and a lot of people pick up cards that have this. There's a new symbol is introduced, the spiral, which represents trauma, basically, and so a lot of people pick up these new symbols on their cards. And all of a sudden, it's like kind of difficult to match with people, and the more time you spend kind of integrating with the traumatized, the more difficult it is to interact with people who aren't traumatized. And I think that's really fascinating conceptually. And I think you have enough of the sort of the game now to understand, how that goes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna deparsec you now here if you don't mind.
Okay.
And we're going to go back to the gas cave, but we're going to leave the chill music on because I do like it. Because I think this game has great music. So stream, that's kind of the thing. What do you think about that as a whole?
Oh, I think that's really compelling. It's really clever. Like it has its particular, not just this metaphor, but like the idea of capturing the emotional feeling of moment-to-moment conversation rather than the kind of discrete branching conversation stuff that so many games do. And I think it's a really brilliant idea, and I think it's very well executed. And I also like the idea, of as you change, as you have experiences, you're changed by them, right? And that changes who you are and how you relate to people. Like I've tried to talk to people from way back, reconnect with people. Particularly for me, this is particularly something that I think about a lot in regards to transition. There's a very clear before and after.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And trying to relate to people from the before time as me now. And there are people with whom I'm able to form like a new rapport, and people where it just, we're not talking the same language anymore. And this kind of literalizes that. with these symbols, and I love that it's about, because it's not like I heard this described as being like a language game, and it's not. It's about like the tone, the posture, the way you approach a conversation, emotively, not emotively, what's the word I'm looking for? Empathically or logically or whatnot. And I think that's just is really gorgeously done, and yeah, I was really quite smitten with it. Thank you very much for sharing this with me.
You're welcome. This is something that I felt did not get enough attention when it came out. I don't want to spend too much time talking about this. First of all, because I think I'm going to be largely preaching to the choir. But the Game Awards, the Keeleys, as some call them, were the other day, and like you can predict the kinds of games that are going to show up at that award show long before the awards are announced, and they sure do miss the fucking forest for the trees. Like any game of the year type show that doesn't have Caves of Cud in among, at the very least, the nominants is like nonsense, right? It's like they're not talking about video games. They're talking about a narrow cultural thing that they're referring to as video games, in the same way sometimes people use D&D to mean RPGs. Or vice versa, rather. And this game, I felt, got stuck in kind of that space where it's like, it's obviously an incredible step forward in a lot of ways, and it just gets completely ignored. And 10 years later, none of the people who are talking about video games professionally even remember that it happened. And I don't know. I get upset about these things, obviously.
I know you do.
I wasn't even watching the Game Awards, and I was grumbling and shouting all night. Anyway, sorry. I am a professional grump.
I know, and I like that about you.
Hey, guess what?
What?
It's the post-stream time now.
Okay.
Hey, everybody, it's the post-stream. I should write a jingle. We should have I'll do a bumper. We'll have a more formal transition into this.
Okay.
That's not going to happen. There's no way I put forth that much effort. This is the part where we talk about things that we've loved. We share something you loved in the past week. Help people find a thing that maybe they can love as well. And, people, please, in the chat, feel free to contribute as well.
You start this time.
Okay. So we saw Heretic. We saw the horror movie Heretic. This has been a wild year for horror movies. And I want to say, I really liked 60% of that movie. I think you should watch 60% of Heretic and then turn it off and imagine your own ending. That's what I'm recommending. I don't know. I had another kind of bad week for new stuff where like I tried watching stuff and I kind of. You know what I'll shout out? Laura Crone put out a new video yesterday. Laura Crone, possibly my favorite video essayist, honestly. She put out a new video essay called, I'm going to look it up on YouTube so I don't misspeak here. But yeah, she is fantastic, and I always love to recommend her stuff. She does not put out a tremendous amount of content, and part of it is that she is doing some real deep dive literary analysis type stuff. The new video is called The Harry Potter for Grown-Ups Industrial Complex. Don't worry, she is not... Don't worry, she's cool.
Okay.
This is a trans person saying she is cool on the subject of Harry Potter. She is not going to come out with some, hey, actually it's good or whatever type stuff. But it is a 4.5-hour video about media that is sort of like... that is trying to be in that same space. Really, it's about like kind of the dark academia trend more than... I don't know. I only saw about 10 or 15 minutes of it before I fell asleep last night, if I'm honest, because I tried watching it at 4 a.m. Not really, maybe... I didn't think I was going to get through it. But I am eager to watch it today, and I bet it's going to be rad. And I'm pointing everybody toward it. Laura Crone. I'm gonna pull the gas cave image down here real quick. Cast, chill. This is the one, the who I am talking about. The other text images are still. You know what? Running a stream's hard. Yeah, this is my shout out. Amabel, what do you? What about you? You got a thing?
First,
You love
I
a
have,
thing?
I have two questions. I have two questions for you first.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the minimum length of video has to be a video essay?
I don't know. I feel like you could have like an 8-minute video essay.
Okay. Secondly, am I in your top 10?
Are you in my top 10? Yes. Unironically, yes.
Okay.
And that's not just the nepotism of you're my partner.
It's not just you feeding my insecurity and helping me.
No, if I had to go off, I'm going to go off the top of my head here. It's like, it's like Laura Crone, Lily Alexander. I think those two, you ask me different days, I might put them in a different order. Those two are like clearly the best. Yes, of course I'm subscribed to BDG. Come on.
Who's
Brian David Gilbert. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Laura Crone and Lily Alexander, top 2. And then it's like, H-Bomb, obviously, is way up there. Feek, the FD signifier. CJDX. Leo Vader. I feel like I'm leaving out somebody really obvious.
Folding ideas?
Oh, yeah. Dan Olsen, for sure. Something like that. That's kind of a rough order of it.
Okay.
Princess Weeks is up there for sure.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, what were you?
Okay. So.
Oh, and Power Pack.
All right.
Power Pack should
That's
be higher.
9. That's 9.
Was that 9?
I'm 10 then.
So you're 10. Yeah.
And my top 10. Okay. Take that, Lindsay Ellis.
Yeah, I feel bad because like Lindsay Ellis and Alexandra Avila are both out of that list. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of video essays.
I know, I do too.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. So the thing I want to recommend though is not a video essay. It is a documentary short from the 60s, from 1967.
Okay.
It is called Queens at Heart. This was filmed anonymously as like a second feature for an exploitation film. So, but it is an interview with 4 trans women in New York before Stonewall talking about their lives. And it's done by cis people, and it's kind of done with empathy, but also kind of there's some really invasive, intrusive questions. So like it's not always the most comfortable watch, but the things they said about their lives, like those are things I have heard from people today or have felt today. And it's always, we've always been here, but it's always nice to have that reminder. And I found it quite moving, really. Like I definitely was crying both times I watched it. And one of the things about engaging with older art, I do watch a lot of older movies, read a lot of older books and whatnot.
You do, certainly.
Is that it's an act of communication where you're finding out that you're not alone and someone years ago felt the thing that you felt.
Mm-hmm.
And as someone who tries to create things, there's the hope that someone years from now will see what I felt and feel this and have the same solace. So I really enjoyed watching that film, which was restored like 10, 15 years ago by UCLA. And like they found it like in a thrift shop, so it was like really something that would have been lost media. And that's the thing I'm recommending. You can find it on YouTube. Queens at Heart.
Okay. Checking out some of the stuff from the chat here. Christian Johansson is talking about Prospect, which you had me watch. It's a sci-fi movie with what's his name? Pedro Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
It's about like a venture mining kind of, the misery of capitalism in space to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
That was all right. I enjoyed that. I remember enjoying that. Let's see here. What else we got? We got Pantheon, apparently a sci-fi something called Pantheon that I am not familiar with. You know what I did? You know what I did want to say as well? This is not new. I have seen it before, but it's kind of new to you. And I guess we're not done with it yet, so maybe we'll turn out by the end you don't like it. But we have been watching / rewatching Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which is a sitcom from a few years ago that has a name that I think suggests that it is a different thing than it is. But if you like musicals, it is a musical comedy sitcom kind of thing that is, I think, a lot smarter about mental health than a lot of shows. It is like, it's 4 seasons long, and for a lot of the first season, it seems like it's just going to be on some romantic comedy bullshit. But it is aware of the poison of sort of like romantic comedy inspired thinking, and after the first season it becomes very largely about like this woman's mental health journey and how she's kind of like tries to guide herself out of self-destructive thinking, and also a bunch of the music's pretty good. Also a bunch of the songs are fun. So I see somebody talking about Arrival, of course, sci-fi classic Arrival. Was that Villeneuve's first big movie?
I think so. It's certainly the first one that I saw.
It's good. I don't love it personally. I think I don't think it's bad, but I do think it's a little. I don't want to say trite. It's not trite. Because it's like there's this idea about like time loop stories kind of bum me out, I think, a lot of the time, and I think that's most of what's happening there. It's taking a couple of different ideas and weaving them together in a way that I think is probably new. It's just I'm kind of tired of the underlying ideas, and so even as I recognize that it did a cool thing by blending them together, I still am like, okay, 6.5 out of 10 or whatever. Like, it's not bad, but it's Villeneuve has done some things that I love a great deal more. I think Blade Runner 2049 was like fucking phenomenal.
I definitely get what you're saying, but I definitely found the emotional through line of it to be quite.
Okay.
I responded to it quite well. I'm probably a bigger fan of Arrival than you are, I think.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Nope Nah says that you pulled Crazy Ex-Girlfriend out of the deep recesses of my memory. I think it introduced me to the concept of period sex. We just got past the episode where she starts to sing the period sex song and then gets cut off, and Amabel was so upset. She wanted a full period sex song so badly. The thing about period sex.
Yeah, Amabel, we do not have to.
But you can do a Dracula voice.
You can. It is easily one of the top 10 times to do a Dracula voice. I think that's true. Anyway, I love you.
I kept that pretty clean this time around.
Yeah, no, that was good. It was a clean stream. You know what I did? There's time loop media that I have enjoyed. There's a lot of time loop media that I really haven't enjoyed, and I think to some degree, me being tired of the time loop has to do with some of the really shitty time loop stuff that I've seen. But there's time loop stuff that is like objectively great, or that I won't argue with, at least is great. I don't mean to come across quite so negative. Anyway,
I mean, Looper counts as time loop, right? Sort of.
Yeah, Looper is the thing that for me skates on execution, because it is doing like the thing. can I tell you, like, the number one time loop thing I am most tired of is so then it turned out I had to kill myself to end the loop. Just
Okay.
because it is the ending of almost every one of these stories. But Looper is so well made. And it takes it. I do love Looper. I'm a big Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. Ryan
yeah.
Johnson's a really good director, and I'm looking forward to the next Benoit Blanc
Sure, yeah.
movie.
You know, while we're calling stuff out,
won't be so libby this time.
well, yeah. I mean, it was the last one was pretty good. It was pretty good. While we're calling stuff out, you know what? Everybody go watch Brick. His first movie. I fucking love Brick. Brick was the thing that won me over. Way back in like 2005. Anyway. A bunch of Dropout folks. Nope, I was saying a bunch of Dropout folks were in the Good Time Society's first video of something. I'm not familiar with the Good Time Society, but, I like Dropout people.
Oh, that's for Blood on the Clock Tower, I think. Is the video Nopenot's talking about.
Okay.
Blood on the Clock Tower is not my favorite thing in the world, but,
It's a game? I'm not even familiar.
So it's, it's actually an extremely popular game. It's like a social deduction game.
Okay.
With like a lot of different powers and hidden roles. I think that's why those aren't really in your wheelhouse so much. Or mine, frankly.
I really like a social deduction game that has some actual mechanics under it.
Yeah.
Like, again, I mentioned jokingly mentioned the Battlestar Galactica board game during the stream.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really good example. I think that game's
that one a lot,
fucking great.
Yeah, where this is more, as Xander says, it's like Mafia turned up to 100.
Okay.
So it is a very Mafia werewolf kind of game, which not my cup of tea necessarily. But we've been recommended some Good Time Society videos before.
Have we? I didn't know about this at all. I'm looking at their YouTube channel.
I'm sorry. They showed up in our YouTube recommendation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at their YouTube page now. I didn't realize that this was a thing even. I mean, I like Becca Scott. I like Amy Dolan. This looks rad, actually. Anyway, sorry, I've been distracted. We're going. I want to eat stuff. We got video essays to watch, board games to play. There's important stuff going on around the cave these days. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed sort of getting to peek back into Signs of the Sojourner. If you want to see more, there are 2 entire runs with very different endings on the channel already. And I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, whatever remains of your time off. And we'll see you next time.